Hey, folks. So, oh, that's terrible. Hey, illiterate something or other. Yeah. Here. It's the State of the Union tonight, and I wasn't gonna watch it, and I'm still not gonna watch it. I'm gonna stream instead. However, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it because there was a breaking news story today, and I want to kind of see how this plays out. Why did that not change? That didn't change. I changed that. Why didn't that change? All right, it's changed there. It's changed there. And I can't change it here. Anyway. So we're going to play a game called Berry Berry Berry. Or Berry Burry Berry. Or something. And for as long as I can get away with it, I'm going to have the NPR feed playing in the background. Hey, Eric. Breaking story today from NPR about good old Donnie and some of them pesky files that just won't go away, and I'm a little more invested. Unfortunately, at the moment, NPR is talking about the new Wuthering Heights movie, which from the trailers looks absolutely terrible. And they're talking about playlists to listen to whilst you read romance books. It can't all be winners, ladies and gentlemen. Berry 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 features a bright and colorful artistic style along with scan lines and other screen effects. If you are the kind of person who is affected by such things, maybe just play this in the background. That's what it tells me. I don't know anything about this game. I bought it. It showed up. I think it was in a sale thing on Steam. And it seems similar to a game about digging a hole a little bit. It says, a juicy first-person incremental game about growing berries and tossing them down an ominous hole. Earn money and upgrades. Make new friends with sentient berry pals. Grow and control the hole as you unearth why nobody leaves this accursed garden. Bury it all. Bury everything. So I guess we'll see. So I'm going to turn the volume down over on NPR a little bit. And we'll flip over to streaming now. Behold! Berry, berry, berry. Look at that sun. That's not creepy at all. I fiddled with settings a little bit. I don't know what most of these do. I haven't played the game yet. Obviously, VSync is on because we like the VSync. Should probably desaturate. Yeah. I don't know why we need a pop gun, but I've turned it on full auto. There you go. Let's berry, berry, berry while we wait for the Felidant-in-Chief to get up in front of everybody and
live special coverage from NPR News. I'm
run his gob.
Trump is set very soon to deliver his first.
It'll be fun to at least call out the lies in real time, right?
We will be airing tonight's speech to a joint session of Congress live. But you can follow along with our annotated fact check by NPR reporters at
It's a blinky sun. Uh-oh. Was that a timer?
This address comes at a critical time.
Son, are you timing me? Son might be timing me.
Record low for his second term.
Oh, hello. Put a berry in the hole. Pick up. Repeat until bedtime. Oh, that's bedtime. Okay.
2024. And it is a midterm election.
Pick up berries. Left throw, right to drop. Okay. Hey, Kiba. Oh, I missed.
Trump will focus on the economy.
Boink.
And Republicans in Congress are looking for the same. Joined now by NPR senior political editor and correspondent.
We got $1. Hooray.
Hey there.
So we have a new poll from PBS News, NPR, and Marist. What does it tell you about the country the president is addressing?
Yeah, he's at near record lows as far as his approval rating goes, as far as how people view him on a host of issues. I mean, he was only at 39% in our latest NPR PBS News Marist poll when it comes to
I think it's bedtime.
Ratings. 56%
Go to bed and bank your money. You don't want to stay up too late.
9% of people disapprove of the job he's doing on the economy, and the economy we know is the top.
Hooray! We did it.
And people are blaming Trump's policies, saying that he has made things worse actively, particularly because of his tariffs.
You guys are getting a better look at this than I am. It doesn't quite fit on my screen.
State of the Union is not strong.
Sledgehammer. Golden berry multiplier.
There's only been one president to actually do that. That was Gerald Ford in 1975, coming on the heels of the Watergate scandal. So we don't expect him to say that. But 60% of people in our polls said that the country is worse off than a year ago. So a lot of headwinds, a lot of big challenges here tonight for Trump.
Yeah, the White House says that
Unlock Bibble.
focus on the economy. Republicans in
The
Congress
Bibble.
are looking for the same. NPR congressional reporter Sam Greenless is in the House chamber where Trump will deliver his speech. And Sam, what are you seeing? You're in the House gallery overlooking.
We got an achievement that I can't read.
This bird's eye view from where we're posted, and lawmakers have been.
I'm going to listen to it and comment on it.
See members of the cabinet come in. Secretary of State Marco Rubio just shook hands.
So if you want to,
The members of
you
the
know,
Supreme Court who are here, there are.
you want to drop,
Chief Justice John
it ain't going to
Roberts
offend me.
And Justices Elena Kagan, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett.
But I figure I can
I've seen a lot of Republican women in red suits and dresses.
comment
And
in
on the
real time.
Democratic side, a lot of House
Because he's going to be full of shit. So
white tonight. And then I'm also watching for these members who always try and sit right on the aisle to be in the position to shake hands with the president when he comes up the aisle.
I'm about to find out, Neo.
Yeah,
I've never
and,
played it before.
Mara Liasson is also here with us, NPR senior national political correspondent. Mara, Sam mentioned the Supreme Court justices. President
berry.
had some unkind
If I could
words
bounce the berries off your head, I would be.
last week after
Uh-oh.
their
Quick,
6-3
go to bed, go to
decision
bed.
throw out the centerpiece of his tariff
Let's find
agenda.
out.
Could there be tension in the room?
Nope. The hole does not want us.
But the big
Much
question
like the
is,
ocean.
continue some of those attacks on the Supreme Court justices.
$10 for the first one?
Right in front of him. He had some pretty choice words for
Create
them.
star orbs from berries. Yeah.
Fools, said they were an embarrassment. And one of the big questions going into this speech is how much does Trump let his id fly? In other words, he often departs
Grab
from
that dollar.
We've gotten a couple excerpts from what he's going to say tonight, and the ones that we've been sent are pretty anodyne. Basically, he says that the country is doing better than
Give
ever.
me a berry.
Uh,
I lose half my money
wait.
if I fall down the hole or if I don't go to
He
sleep.
said that this is a transformation. Every
like
generation
no one
of
has
Americans,
ever seen before.
like no one has ever seen before. We'll never go back to where we were just a short time ago. A turnaround for the ages, and that's really a contrast between the public opinion that Domenico just described. People are very sour on the economy. It sounds like Trump is going to come and say, "Don't believe your lying eyes." It's really great. I was talking to a former presidential speechwriter who said that most second-term presidents have the same theme when they give their State of the Union.
you get up there?
addresses, and it can
Oh,
be
my.
summed up as, "I'm doing a great job. Why don't they love me?"
Well, and the thing is, this is going to be a speech that maybe breaks the all-time record for length of speeches. And
Oh, we can.
if that's the case,
expectation that the president has been setting.
yes,
Okay.
and if that's the case, right? He said we got a lot to
Okay.
talk about. If that's the case, it's going to
We got a berry buddy.
everything. And it's
Everybody,
gonna be
berry,
about
berry,
nothing,
buddy.
because it's not going to be focused on the economy, even though that's what the White House wants to tell us. Because he's going to.
What's berry buddy? Hi, berry buddy.
When it
What
comes
you
to
up
the
to, berry buddy?
judges, the justices, I think it's really fascinating how presidents interact here with some of the members of the audience. There's always this sitting down, standing up, parlor game that we wind up watching. Who's not there? But the only other time I can remember, a president doing anything like that, where they kind of took on the Supreme Court justices, was when Barack Obama did it to criticize the Citizens United case. About how much money
This
could
is
be
not
spent by
working very
corporations
well today. Get down there.
in elections, and you had Samuel Alito, one of the conservatives.
Berry, go down the hole.
Not true, because of what Obama said there.
Oh no, berry buddy.
But I think
Do you need to go down the hole, berry buddy?
Is Trump really, when just feet away from them?
Berry buddy
they say
cannot
that
go
they're
down the hole.
lapdogs, fools, and
tried.
embarrassment?
Well, the other thing to remember is most people don't listen to the entire speech. They
Mr.
just listen to
Speaker,
the most
the
vital
President of the United States.
Oh, here we go.
William McFarland introducing the president of the United States, who
I know some people were going to boycott it. I was looking forward to that.
No, what I was saying is we have to listen to the whole speech, of course. It's our job, but the vast majority of Americans will not. They will hear the viral clips, the most incendiary things Trump says, or the biggest reactions.
You're not
from the
helping,
audience.
Barry, buddy.
That's what people
You were a
wanna
mistake.
hear about the speech, and that's what they're going to remember. It's kind of the high points. It's not necessarily the 115 minutes that Trump is speaking.
And does he want to step on himself with a line that clearly would make news?
Ooh,
And
is the thing.
Also to the point that despite what the
How do I thing?
has to say about the polls being
In the hole?
cooked, or that they're going to sue pollsters, that they don't buy it, you usually say that when you're losing. Right? And the fact is, he needs
Just
to
walk into the wall with it, okay?
for not just himself, but in this midterm election year for the Republican Party. And people don't want to see necessarily at home this fire and brimstone. They want to see a little bit more comedy. They want to see quote unquote normal. And we've seen Trump sort of turn that on and off here and there. And it's going to be really curious to see which one he decides.
Money's a little creepy at
And
night.
he tends to be
Well, he struggled to
extremely-
focus.
He tends to be
Yeah,
extremely
Hull like Barry, Hull must like Star.
the State of the
Would
Union
just make sense.
addresses. I want to go back to Sam Greenglass in the chamber there as the president is walking down the center aisle.
I don't have enough for that yet.
A large
Do we want a second Barry buddy? I don't think we do.
coming to this
I think a single Barry buddy is more than enough
from
for a
Democrats in the
go-getter like ourselves.
Yeah, so I'll say the room is still pretty full despite that. You might call it.
Oh, did you see that?
Counter-programming what these handfuls
That
are
was
doing.
great.
There's a couple of
Hi-ya.
events happening tonight.
That was less great.
Really close on the National Mall outside the Capitol. And I think Senator Chris Murphy of
Clutch.
Connecticut
Look at that.
the gist of what they want to get from that, and that is that Trump, he said, has made a mockery of this tradition, and it's just difficult to come in here and pretend that everything is normal. But
And bam.
most Democrats are
Golden Barry.
here in the building. Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, said something to the extent of, this is our house. Skipping it would be like being run off your own block. And so he was encouraging his members to either come and sit in silent defiance, as he called it, or skip the event, but not do this kind of disruption that we've seen in the past.
And Sam, you're in the room, and I know sometimes it can be very hard to see things in the room that are happening that we can see on screen.
Yeah, that was a good day.
I saw Congressman Al Green just
That was a
try to hold
good
something
day.
up, and then the majority whip Steve Scalise sort of knocked it down. And obviously last year Congressman Green was booted from the proceedings.
We'll take this one.
I see he's holding up
Vacuum
signs.
sounds
My
good.
eyes are not good
I
enough to
am
see it.
seeing the sign. The sign says black people aren't apes.
Right, which is a reference to
Golden Berry sounds like a breakfast cereal.
posted online about President Obama and
Get out of my way.
Obama, former president and former first lady.
And President Trump is now
Old E to suck up berries. Okay.
where he will be delivering his remarks.
Oh, this is a game changer, ladies and gentlemen.
We will see. He did shake hands with all four of the Supreme Court justices who are there. And Mara, let's just talk a little bit more about what you're looking to see today.
Well, what I'm looking to see is how much he is able to focus on affordability. He has
The hole grows larger. We're doing great.
the most important issue for voters.
Oh no!
election year. He just hasn't been able to do
We
it.
fell in the hole.
One, affordability. He said affordability was a Democratic hoax, but this is what people care about. They want prices.
I guess that was the goal because we're level 2 now.
Struggled to come up with an agenda that will actually accomplish that. So I'm curious about that. And then, of course, I'm looking for whatever fireworks he wants to set off.
An
with
achievement that I can't read.
Democrats or any of the other enemies of his who will be in this audience. I mean, there are lots of Republican members of the House.
Get
and
stars by
Senate
getting the
who
hole to suck up
criticize,
objects.
that he has said they shouldn't be reelected.
But the hole wants
In a
berries,
single
not
batch?
objects.
Or is he going to be relatively well behaved?
The hole doesn't want gnomes. That would be silly.
In their primaries,
right, in
which,
his own
will be happening
party.
very soon.
I could break those.
Yes, and I see.
I picked this game because I figured this will make as much sense as what we're going to listen to tonight.
Can you tell us what's happening?
You know what I'm saying?
The president is not quite up at the lectern yet. He's looking out at the audience as people are applauding.
We are too big for hole. I can't imagine it'll be worse.
The Speaker of the House.
Quick, quick. Don't get mad at me.
The President of the United States.
Now, a little little bit more applause. This is President Trump's first State of the Union during his second term. Of course, last year he did deliver an address to a joint session of
We'll keep
Congress.
going.
Declared that America is back. It was also the longest such address in modern U.S. history. It's flanked there by
Back.
Vice
No.
President J.D. Vance.
Oh, I can jump. I didn't know I could jump. Changes
Republicans
not really anything.
And applauding.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. An honor. Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Pick up the money, man. Yes. Glorious leader of Fredonia.
Second Lady of the United States.
You ever watched the movie Duck Soup? I don't think it was intended to be a documentary. Oh no! I'm scared of the dark. I'm only safe by piggy bank. Unlock movable hole. Move the hole. Will the hole. Do we want a movable hole?
Our nation is back. Bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
That sounds pretty good. I mean, not what he said, but this. He's a liar. 100% full of shit. Grade A.
5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. It's July 4th.
We'll shoot for day length
2.5 centuries
and pick up coins.
of progress and
That sounds
freedom
good.
in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And
Queston Mark.
we've seen
How are
nothing
you,
yet. We're
Queston?
gonna do
I went to
better,
school with a kid
better,
named
and
Queston.
better. This is the golden
It's a lie.
age of America.
Oh no, Barry buddy. Barry buddy, you fool. Here, go over there.
When I last spoke
oh.
in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis, with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open,
Oh no, I fell down the hole.
horrendous
Damn it.
recruitment for military
I didn't mean to fall down the hole.
and wars and chaos all over the world.
Achievement unlocked called Keep At It.
After just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved
You know, it would be great
transformation like
if these
no
would go
one
away
has ever
forever.
seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Why didn't I think of that? Hole, would you like a speech bubble? With
And
me?
we will
Why?
never go back to
That's
where we
terrible.
were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border
Wish
is
that on anybody. Oh, thank you, though. I appreciate that. Oh, God. No, I didn't mean to fall down the hole.
Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is
Hole, do
plummeting.
I have a gift for you, Hole?
Rising fast.
Come on.
The roaring economy is roaring like never before.
The roaring
Our
economy is
enemies are
roaring, ladies and
scared,
gentlemen.
Our military and police are stacked, and America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
He's a wordsmith, that guy.
After 4 years in which millions and
No.
millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history
Oh.
by far.
Fingers were in the wrong spot. That's why I'm like, why the hell aren't I moving right? Would be why.
In the past 9 months,
Hey, buddy.
zero
You
illegal
okay?
aliens have been admitted admitted to the United States.
This might take a minute. Let's upgrade our berry buddy. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our
Throw the
country,
star wand at
will
berry
work
buddies
hard
to upgrade them.
maintain our country.
Did I do it?
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56%.
That is not true.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest.
Also not true.
Think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years. Year 1900. In fact,
Oh no!
substantially
God
before
damn it.
my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born. Substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. You wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long
He's
time.
not
The
upgradable
Biden
anymore.
administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration
The physics are a little
core
odd.
inflation down to the lowest level in more than
I struggle with the physics a little
and
bit.
in the last 3 months of 2025,
Maybe you
it
noticed.
was down to 1.7%.
I want the mouse button to be vacuum, not E.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states.
No, it's not.
And in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited
No, it's
the great
not.
state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
No, you didn't. Somebody actually took a picture at that event, and it was like $2.89. That is a lie.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office.
No, that is not. That is not true.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less.
I don't know if you guys know this, but the Dow is over $50,000.
Pouring in from all over the globe.
You need a sledgehammer? I don't think we do. Let's keep going. I'm still only at
Think of
2% on level
much
2.
less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for
Give me Barry.
a year. What a difference a president makes.
Yeah, sledgehammer, maybe I
Short time
can bust
ago,
up all
we
this
were a
crap.
dead country. Now we are the
Excuse me.
hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest.
Climate change. All winter, we've had like 3 cold days.
As thousands of new businesses are forming and factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction production jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger.
At 70,000 lost like a million or something like that. It was a number so large it didn't make sense when I heard it.
Just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
You know how long it takes us to use 80 million barrels of oil? Like 2 weeks.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
I want to hear from you. I want to hear it out of you.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country.
Yeah, but unemployment is up.
The history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
It's because you fired everybody in the public sector. Which, you know, they got unemployment insurance, by the way.
We ended DEI in America.
It's legal to be racist again, everybody.
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
No. You just took away their food stamps. That's why they're not on. That's why there's less people on them, because you took them away.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of
You want a berry?
Union is
Yes, not.
strong.
No, come here, Star. I need you. Star, where'd you go? Back. Damn it.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we were losing, but now we're winning too much.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what people say.
No, you're going to win again. You're going to win big.
That's what people say. I'm winning too much, please. I can't take it.
To prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
I don't see many people being proud of the hockey team. Not the men's team, anyway. Thank God we've got women's teams.
And you can see the men's hockey team just won gold, walking in with their USA sweaters and their gold medals around their necks.
I hope they had a really nice
That I can see visibly,
McDonald's
shot there up,
dinner at the White House.
in the gallery level. And members of Congress are...
Grandy Sandra.
This was a very big
But am I adding you on Discord? Well, Grandy Sandra.
down the aisles of the gallery.
I'm not using Discord anymore. And if you've been such a fan, why aren't you following?
The climax of the Olympics.
States has first time in 46 years that the United States has won gold at hockey. Of course, there's the controversy where the president said that he would have to invite the women. They pull it. The women's team also won gold.
Yes. Women's gold. The women's team has won gold more frequently of late. And
It seems to be that way.
and President Trump is enjoying the applause that the men's team is receiving.
Just keep going.
And
That in there right off the bat.
is in the chamber, writes to us that the men's hockey team, they're holding up their medals. And
Hey, you did it.
stood up too.
Good
One
job,
of the
but
presidents
Barry, buddy.
and applauding as well. So we might have
you
our
just
first-
stay over here, huh?
The only bipartisan
I've never
moment.
seen them get up.
Up, and that's the president referring
And
to the
actually,
Democrats.
not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women, who will soon be coming to the White House.
No, they won't. They declined the invitation.
And there is more.
Yeah.
And more standing ovations for American hockey, including for the women who won and had a scheduling
They were
conflict.
in the Oval Office.
We should be able to get an upgrade
And I just
after
wanna
the
say
day today.
Second, very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Halliburton.
Oh, hey. Can I upgrade my buddy again? Grady Sandra did follow. How about that? I still don't have Discord. My God, you're right. Thank you, Neo. You're going to have to be here for every one of these streams from now on.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of the stick and bounced off.
Oh, I didn't have enough stars. That's why.
He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that
Day length,
members of
Barry
this
Blitz.
great
Day
hockey
length, I
squad
think.
will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12. It's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Okay. I mean, Rush Limbaugh got it, so I guess they'll just give it to any piece of trash. That's a crowd you want to be a part of.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
Hooray! Blue money. Just like Zelda. Oh, I can't grab the stars either. When I say many, I mean not many, but several, and also a lot, but hardly anybody really.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
I can't take care of the one I have. Look at him. He's horrible. He's stumbling around drunk. You think I'd be used to that? Can I get a flamingo, buddy?
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in the first term. I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when they got them. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics, I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th. But
That's a maybe. There's consideration about leaving.
But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming.
Get another buddy, huh? Should I get two buddies? Let's get two buddies.
So this This will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy
Aim
volunteered
and
to
press
defend
Q
America
to set a
in World
destination for
War
the
II.
hole.
Serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur, he fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns. He was young. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest
Whoa, God.
internment camp in the Philippines.
This is a tired hole.
But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Whoa, jeez. Maybe I should not worry about picking up the money during the day and just worry about feeding the hole during the day, because I've got a little time. At the end of the day, I can pick up most of the money. Maybe that's the way to go about it.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shown through very brightly.
He probably thinks that's an
July
airplane.
4th of last year, when floodwaters
Spirit
tore
of 76, that great airplane.
in Central Texas, one of the worst things
The hole chases me,
rising 26 feet in the
but it ain't got no legs.
tragically claiming many, many lives. Yeah, remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Billy Kate McClavin closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought that she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission. Young guy, but very brave, very, very top.
This is why I need that auto coin grab thingy. It would make this idea much better.
164 others to safety.
Oh, it just... Bam. Okay. Alright, we'll get the sledgehammer. Can destroy harder walls. Can destroy walls? Do not throw.
People watched Scott from a distance. What they were seeing, the winds
This
were
changes
blowing,
everything.
everything was going in rapid water. Nobody's ever seen it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you.
I like this game. The physics are a little questionable with the sledgehammer.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Do I need to bring a star over there?
And the medal.
That was not a very productive day, but we broke a lot of walls.
And I'd like to have the military aid to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service.
Yeah.
From
If only I could get rid of all this crap in my way.
to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next
Too
generation.
explicit for YouTube.
Now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher, go further. services to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern.
Now that's a load of... He's piling it high on that statement.
That is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year.
Almost fell in the hole, Barry buddy.
Urge this Congress to begin the mission by passing
The hole likes berries, but the hole's... Get out of my way. But the hole's not interested in berry buddies.
majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
Stand right here. I want to watch that hole.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted
The hole moves slow.
tax increases
I'm okay with that.
for the people instead.
The hole can move slow. That's
We
okay.
held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security
Nope.
for our great seniors.
That is also not true. There are still taxes on tips. They're just collected differently.
And we also
There's
made
so much gold fruit today.
loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser,
I need to...
devoted mom who's homeschools and children. Beautiful.
Well, I tried
Day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime.
doing a lot of things, but the only thing that worked was walking into the wall with him.
Megan is
And
here
Neo said that's what we had to do, and I trust Neo.
to
Neo has never led me wrong when it comes to games about holes
my
before.
future, because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child
So here's how the no tax on overtime thing works.
Megan and her husband take home more than $5,000 extra.
Your overtime
Cutting
is 40 hours of pay period, whatever your pay period happens to be. So to get away with just not giving you more overtime now, say your week is Monday through Sunday.
we're fighting for you, Megan.
Well, they'll just work you 39 hours and then 39 hours, 39 hours. You know, they just shift where the cutoff is.
We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children.
And it's different. It's not, I phrased that wrong. It's not 40 hours a week. Say it's 80 hours of pay period. But if your pay period starts and stops on a uncommon day like mine does, mine starts and stops at 5 p.m. on Friday.
Tax-free.
Neo says clear out the crap around the hole by moving it. I thought I saw that and it didn't work, Neo. I will try it though. I will try it for you.
Pre-funded courtesy
Anyway,
of the
so it just shifts your pay period around. Your employer can shift your pay period around.
donated $6,250,000,000
Oh, this is like one of them phone games.
children.
The real one that you see in the ads, not the fake one that you always download. I saw a star.
You know, I asked Michael, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my
Neo,
dorm
how do I star?
school, and I made computers and sell them to people, and I just kept selling,
Neo,
selling,
help.
selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American Dream. We sold a radical
Neo, does the hole like me?
so I congratulate him on that. But
Neo, where do babies come from?
As well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Are cabbages like berries? I only understand the world in terms of berries.
Additional contributions. These these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov. Trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. Every record in the book.
The Trump account thing is not a Trump thing.
What it was going to take. So proud of them.
The Trump account thing is a pre-existing program, just like his prescription thing. It already exists. They've just put his name on it. So it's not a new thing.
The biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it.
Is corn grass? That's my big question. If I could get an answer to that, I'd know everything I need to know.
Hundreds of millions of dollars to make great deals for our country.
What is nothing anyway?
Economically and on a national security basis.
We made the day longer, and I feel like we haven't made the day longer at all.
Now paying us hundreds of millions of dollars. They're ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. The Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals were all done. And they're happy. Making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was that Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court.
I was waiting for him to talk about this tariff thing.
Very unfortunate ruling.
I also like that he says, you know, the economy sucks right now, and all the economists said the economy was going to suck,
The deal
but they're wrong.
that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make
Money,
a
money.
deal could be far
Something
better
happened.
for them,
I can't see it.
and therefore they
You
will
can't see it either.
continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before.
Is that at the bottom a timer? Like we've been playing for half an hour?
Involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting. Any of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle.
Oh, he just did the I stopped 8 wars thing.
Under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes, and they have been tested for long.
Anybody name any of those?
They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested.
Congressional action will not be necessary, ladies and gentlemen.
Paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial...
I'm seeing a problem, and it's that the hole is starting to eat some of our money. Hole, you can't have money. You need berries.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. To put America first. I love America.
I call bullshit. Yes.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scale.
I need everybody watching the stream to be my money buddy. Huh? How about that? That's like, you should...
From prisons,
No, don't.
mental institutions. There were
Can we get some support, guys?
188 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to
We
happen.
haven't hit the non-existent goal.
Setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time.
Got an achievement called Creature of Habit, whatever that means.
For those disasters. Suddenly use the word affordability, a word They just
Why am I taking time to pick up money? I don't need to pick up money. I have a thing to pick up money.
created
Let's see how well it works.
crises that all of our
Not
citizens-
very well.
You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
You gonna make it? Ah. All right, what should we do next?
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements
I don't think I want to do that just yet.
were a lie. Their
Barry Blitz, probably.
The high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those
Vacuum
prices
capacity
are
might not be bad.
The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on.
So
And soon,
beef is going down. So
you
it's not.
would think were possible to achieve just a short time.
I don't think it's actually any less expensive now than it was a year ago. Oh, I see that.
Another big
Broke
tax
two.
cut.
Oh, we should be upgrading our buddies.
One of the biggest ripoffs of our time, the crushing cost of health care by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%.
Okay, remember, it's great because the stock market is doing good, but it's bad because the stock market is doing good.
Plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
I need that? I think we might want that. That has proven to not be the case. People have money to spend on health insurance. They do not really spend it on health insurance. Plus, the amount that they would be given is not enough to make a difference.
To whom it may concern.
Ooh.
Transparency, that's a big
How do you
deal.
start one of these?
Sounds so
My
simple,
name is
so
Donna
big.
Bellinger, and I know what happened
And I did
to
that
Barry
in my first
Pomeroy.
term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it.
I don't know who that is.
That they were doing a very bad thing to the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else.
Yep.
I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs, which has never happened before.
That's a lie.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Most didn't try. They tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest.
Do I need to fall down the hole? I seem to be stuck at level 3.
So in my first year of the second term,
Bam.
could be my third term, but strange things happen.
I said the thing. He said I'm going to be a 3-term president.
Big part of healthcare from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result,
You know, it seems to throw money where I have aimed the hole to go to.
500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
TrumpRx.gov is the one I was talking about earlier. It's a program that already existed. He just put his name on it.
The very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rader. 5 years, she and her husband struggled with infertility. They turned to IVF. One drug has been costing
IVF, by the way, that Trump tried to ban in his first term.
Onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500. A reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are
At least he didn't use percents this time. Remember when everybody was going to save 1,500% on your medications? You brought prescription prices down 1,500%. Oh, Eric, you might be onto something.
Now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%.
There's his crazy percent numbers.
Codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new ratepayer protection pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their...
Yeah, this is the thing that won't go horribly wrong. Hey, Claude, ChatGPT. Why don't you build your own nuclear power plant?
This is a unique strategy.
The same ChatGPT that, you know, couldn't figure out how to wash a car. You know, that one.
Electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity.
What did I do to make all these stars just show up? Is it because I moved the hole now? It's because the hole's eaten?
Prices of electricity for you and could be very substantial, folks. All of you cities and towns, you're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Grace O'Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston.
He is absolutely telepromptering this one. Absolutely telepromptering this one.
Paid all cash and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. Devastating. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive orders to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
So, he signed a lot of executive orders. And here's the thing about an executive order, ladies and gentlemen. An executive order isn't a law. An executive order is an order to the executive branch, which he is the head of. So it really doesn't, you know, it's not a rule. It's not a law. It just says everybody who works for the White House, everybody who works for the office of the president, you are not allowed to buy 1,000 homes and turn them into rental properties anymore. That's what an executive order like that actually means.
This administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
Now this thing again. I say this every time. It's a lie every time.
Done so well, setting all those records. 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country,
damn.
the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker.
Now,
we will match your
whole,
$1,000.
what are you doing?
as we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure
Vacuum
that
capacity up.
members of
Probably not a
Congress
bad idea.
do not
Day length again, not bad.
profit from using insider information.
I had some anti-gravity pot once. Kept falling off my porch. You thought I was talking about something else. You filthy, filthy degenerates.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Doubt it. Pass the
Republicans are afraid of grandmas.
Trading Act without delay.
The two women they villainize more than anybody else are both grandmothers.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption,
You know who he sounds like sometimes when he talks is our good buddy Phil.
there's been no more
He's got a very dark side Phil vibe sometimes.
Minnesota. The Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer.
Oh, there we go. Good old racism.
In actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
You're going to hire J.D. Vance to put him in charge of the department in charge of finding fraud. That was not a good sentence. I apologize. J.D. Vance's life is a fraud. He's changed his name 3 times. His quote-unquote biography was all made up.
He'll get it done.
The only thing he'd get done is a couch.
Fraud. We will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll
Oh, hell.
the Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world and lawlessness,
I don't know where to send you, Hole.
not the exception. Importing
Probably see if we can upgrade our
restricted immigration
berry buddies again.
brings us problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, college, rent,
So we went.
taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this.
He stays on topic as well as I do. And all he's got to do is read. He doesn't have to try and feed a hole.
Delilah Coleman was
That one in his face.
in June 2024.
Buddy.
An 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at
Is a kiwi a berry?
an hour or more.
I guess it is.
The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California.
So
Doctors
close.
said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here
Buddy.
this evening with her dad, Mark.
Buddy.
Fantastic man. Delilah, please. You are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
You know, I know a thing about kiwis that maybe you haven't considered, ladies and gentlemen. They look a lot like mice until you cut them open. And mice look a lot like kiwis until you cut them open.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Well, it's not quite what I want to do. I want to see what happens. Maybe it's just I gotta get the percentage thing to 100 for the end of the day. It's all right. It's all right. We got this.
And yesterday,
I'm gonna let you guys do your thing for a bit.
I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe that. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader, Elizabeth Medina, was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously.
I think we would have heard about this. I don't remember hearing about this.
Remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't.
All right. Get some updates, I guess. Upgrades, not updates. All right, Hole. That bird bath has angered me.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over.
Don't do it, Kiwi. You've got so much left to live for.
They would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
I guess. It has seeds on the inside. I think that makes it a berry.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all
Where'd my vacuum went away?
It's all cut off. All cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States.
That's not true. I mean, it is shut down, but
we have no money because
you know,
of the Democrats. It would be nice.
Republicans do control both houses of the government, both the Senate and House of Representatives. So why don't you have enough votes to do it, Donnie?
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
What a piece of shit. Come here. God damn it. Okay.
And
Don't have enough.
the seesaw stage of this where primarily Republicans are standing and Democrats are sitting. There's been a fair bit of that during these remarks.
We had an upgrade that would pop these automatically, right? Don't feel too bad. You can always be dumber. You'll get there someday.
And our correspondent in the room reports that Congresswoman Norma Torres is holding up a sign with Alex Preddy on one side and Renee Good on the other. Those are 2 Americans
Good for her.
in Minnesota who were killed by immigration agents.
Money on the ground. If it's the government's job to protect Americans, why is the government killing Americans? You know what I'm saying? That's fine, because this is just a question. I'm just asking questions.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
If you work real hard on trying to be dumber, someday you could vote for a Republican.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar shouted, "You have killed Americans," and then Republicans started chanting USA.
3%.
I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Day length again? Day length again is probably not a bad idea.
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant.
It's not.
It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
One of the things this SAVE Act does is your name on your ID has to match whatever your most recent like public record kind of a thing. You already do have to prove citizenship when you register. If you are a woman and you are married and your ID doesn't have your married name on it, you can't vote. Not allowed.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
Hooray! Level 4 hole, guys.
He's mayor of New York City. I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card.
So, like any job.
For the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats
beep me. Come here.
overwhelmingly agree on the policy
Damn it.
that we just enunciated. And Congress should
Yeah!
and enact this common sense
How many stars do you need?
legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Come over here, hole. What happens if we send the hole that way?
Why would anybody not want voter ID?
It's the Eye of Cthulhu.
Because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's it's racist, they come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat, they have cheated, and their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Speaking of people cheating when they vote, you know, Donald Trump, because he is a convicted felon, cannot vote in a presidential election.
One more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle.
He also has a bit of a problem because for a time he was registered in 2 different states, which is voter fraud.
Sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time.
I think that's true.
All of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
I need stars. Oh, we can afford a buddy upgrade. I can't see that on my screen because I'm playing it in a window. And it's cut off on my screen. You guys can see it, but it's cut off on mine.
Thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they're saying, what's wrong with him?
I'm still saying that. What's wrong with
It's
him?
going on all over numerous states. Rather than telling the crowds. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents.
Wow, that was close.
To a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
All right, fine.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
It's a Barry Blitz.
Amazing. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh?
Oh, I can hold the button. I thought I had to click every time.
No one can
That's so much better.
America's youth and our wonderful first lady, now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
Yeah, you don't get to be a movie star because you're in a documentary.
She has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence initiative. It's a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. It's much better.
I don't believe that's true.
Support than I do. I get none.
Besides, if they banned AI, how would he come up with all those horrible images he posts of himself on his website?
And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight we welcome 2 young people whose lives
good.
reflect the First
Take that.
Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
I think I Barry fountained, but I can't be sure.
I'm very proud to say
there's
that
the thing.
during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
He's probably not wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of people praying for his death.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that
That is not true. Oh no!
is my friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
Good old piece of shit, Charlie Kirk.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
His wonderful wife, who's just been out in some sort of sex scandal, I think. Is that what I read? Kind of getting extra feely with JD Vance on stage a few times. Why anybody would want to do that is beyond me.
Thank you a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Says the guy who's called for his opponents to be murdered.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible.
Get in there.
Wonderful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise.
Okay.
Our community safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We're honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina
Should we
fled
shoot for next year?
war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near.
Probably day length again? Auto coin pickup range would be alright.
What's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 20
Then it's the next nearest one, so.
was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and
Over
was
there,
released
Hole.
through no
I think
cash
you were onto something.
stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget the people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America. Came into open borders.
Killed by an ICE agent?
Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
No? I don't know how it works. I'll keep filling with it.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders
No!
are kept behind
That was a.
and importantly,
I
that
was
they
pushing
stay
it there.
there.
I was pushing it. All right, Hole. Over there.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital.
So, New Orleans. I know somebody who lives in New Orleans. Somebody's from New Orleans, I guess.
Washington,
And they have reported, ladies and gentlemen, that ICE was sent there. They had their quota, like they do.
In fact, crime
And their quota was something like 40,000 arrests. Okay. Some huge, ridiculous number.
Close to 100% from a year ago.
And so they arrested about 4,000. And of those 4,000, like 3 people were expired visas or something like that.
Brave service members who helped achieve this stunning
Big success. Out of 40,000, you got 3.
National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged. Shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom
Okay,
died
we can get a
in
berry
order to
upgrade.
defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evelyn. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it.
He must have, like, some memory problems, because everything that has ever happened, there's never been anything like it before. And, there's nothing new in the world anymore. We're all just seeing new versions of old things.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports of her. Perfect. She's perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The
Wolf tried to
terrorist
pull
shot
me in.
Andrew the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother,
Try that.
named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance.
Guess he was there in the
Going to be okay.
emergency room at the time. No, Mr. President, he's going to make it.
Son laying helplessly in bed, blood. Everybody is praying, she said. Sir, he will be okay. The doctors did not
I'll take things that never happened for 500,
get
Alex.
the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
Okay. Level 5 is going to be a long level, I think. Man. I guess.
Well, this is an emotional moment, and literally everyone in the chamber is standing now.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death. And we're talking about the edge of death. On his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to
I
do.
really need to get the hole over here.
Nice to see he's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Got an achievement. A little gnome fact. What does it mean? Who knows?
Now I'm going to ask a highly Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Oh, hey.
On Friday, April 12th, we had a short shooting day, and the rest of the crew was leaving early. Barry reached out to me via email
And
that
the
morning
Purple
about
Heart,
staying later
the
to
medal
talk
is
about
being
things.
Put on
He
his
knew that I
chest,
already knew
Andrew
what the
Wolf's
meeting was
chest.
about.
He's
He
wearing
wanted to
brown
have a
suit, he's not in
face-to-face,
uniform.
so
And
I
now the
began
general
planning.
who presented the medal is hugging the parents of Sarah Beckstrom, the National Guard member who was killed
It's nice that they're getting the medal. Yeah, that's a thing. But this is a distraction. This is just anything to distract from the big news, which we talked about earlier, was the breaking story that the Justice Department had hidden some 25 or 52 pages of the Epstein files that specifically mentioned Donald Trump.
Never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars.
Ah, the 8 wars. Okay.
Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand.
Weren't at war.
And India.
Weren't at war.
35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia,
Weren't at war.
Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia,
Weren't at war. None of these countries are at war.
the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Okay. Get as far through there as I had hoped, but it's alright. A little better. What happens if the hole eats the bed?
I also want to thank
Well, I guess the bed wouldn't be here, but what happens if the bed comes in and the hole's under it?
Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
So many questions. I think it's time for a Barry Blitz, ladies and gentlemen.
I like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes. He was in conference. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't
100% of the votes for what?
guy. And he said it's an honor that they voted Marco.
The only thing Marco Rubio would get a majority amount of votes for is his, he wants to repeal daylight savings time. And for some reason, he keeps talking about it, but he just doesn't do it.
That every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home.
There we go.
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead, and those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. It came
I don't know what that sentence he spoke just meant.
back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very
Okay.
many, many more, hundreds. But I said those.
It's been an
last
hour.
20.
Hour and 40 minutes even.
We only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do. Going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job, and they finally got it back to 27. And then even there, they got it back to 28. And all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family.
A gnome gang?
They were so grieved, but
Is it like a street gang, or is it like West Side Story?
they had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, have our boy back."
Tell me more about Gnome Gang.
Got them all back. So thank you both very much.
I like that sometimes our berry buddies just wander over to the hole and berries go in. That is helpful.
Working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, God. Don't go out here barefoot.
What happened if I were president? Would it never happen?
It did. You were president when it happened.
Wherever I can, but I will never.
And then you were going to fix it on the first day, and then you didn't because you're full of shit.
That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's
I don't think so.
program with an attack on Iranian soil.
But speaking of,
Operation Midnight.
we need 50. Okay. Wasn't paying much attention, to be honest.
Of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous
You know, we had
terrorism,
a program
they've killed and maimed
that was going to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, and Donald Trump canceled that program.
with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Solomon.
But this is kind of his MO for some of this stuff. Like, it'll be a really good deal, because like he likes to talk about deals. Everything's in terms of a deal, right? So there's this deal in place, and it's a really good deal, but he didn't write it, so it's a bad deal. So he gets rid of the deal,
Last couple of months,
and then, you know, struggles for months,
it looks like 32.
and then goes back to the deal that existed before he got rid of it, and then says, look how great I am. I did a thing.
We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. This is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe. And our
Gnome gang sitting on a crap load of treasure.
missiles that will soon reach the United States of America.
Did they like rob a bank?
They were warned to make no future
So much stuff.
rebuild their weapons.
There's so much stuff.
Nuclear weapons. If they continue starting it all over, we wiped it out and we're going to start all over again. And at this moment, again, pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Get that flamingo out of there.
Through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Okay.
And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong. Because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power together.
$1 billion budget for the military. Now, the military right now is trying to find a way to spend $50 billion that it doesn't have a reason to spend. Like 56 billion, I think.
Thanks to Republican in Congress.
We can't afford, universal health care, but the military's got $56 billion it has to spend or lose.
Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO,
Like I said, we might have more people working today than at any time in the history of our country, but unemployment is still going up.
to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2% which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO.
Oh, this whole NATO thing. They're not paying their dues. Well, he doesn't understand how that works, number one. And number two, since he's been president, we haven't been paying our fair share either.
Getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got to do it easily. And the difference between 2% that's not paid, we were paying, afraid of many of them, very few were paid up. Now 5% then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO and they pay us in full. They pay us totally
They
in
don't
full.
pay us.
Every branch of our
That's not how that
armed forces
works.
is setting
Really? He thinks it's like a membership to his crummy golf motel.
and every service member recently.
And that's not how that works.
And every service member recently received a warrior diamond of $1,776.
That's also not a new thing. That's a thing that's been around. He's just changed the number.
You know, they put it in my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things.
Yeah. Tell us more about those tariffs and how you've been sued.
Money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute.
He keeps bumping the mic.
I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar. I said 1776.
Never asked if we could afford it. That's pretty standard for that asshole.
See a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also...
We're going to have to start working on making our space bigger again, I think. We got the pop gun. That's good.
restoring American security and dominance and acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference that leaves large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico,
That's so much better.
controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
You haven't done anything to stop that, sir. Because you said that we were going after the Venezuelans because they were bringing in fentanyl, and then you said no, it was because they were bringing in cocaine.
Record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed.
That's also not true. By water or sea, ladies and gentlemen.
Obviously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. So that yesterday, in January,
He's talking about the guy in Mexico. The United States did not really have much to do with that operation. That was a Mexican government operation.
in January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very impressive. They couldn't believe, they all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie.
Oh, over here, Hole.
Look at
Well, we can do a blitz.
Space Force is my baby. So we did that. My baby.
I need like a berry bulldozer. You know what I mean? How much better would that be?
Outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
Not that I'd be too keen on talking about American justice right now.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic aid for both of our countries to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. A really good thing.
No, quick.
With us tonight is
Hole, don't eat my money.
Andrew Gonzalez, who grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to your beloved Uncle Enrique.
That was a good blitz, man.
Enrique ran for office and opposed
was a good
Maduro.
blitz.
He was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison.
Vacuum capacity, hole movement speed, sledgehammer,
She would never
another berry buddy,
again.
hole
She
movement
would
range.
for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the
We'll
new
do
leadership
whole
for
speed
the
this time.
closure of that vile prison and release hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come.
Get over there.
Allow the police to not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him up to celebrate.
This makes sense why full auto pop gun was an option.
Please come down.
No? Okay. I still don't understand that puzzle.
Any other president, President Trump embeds these.
Oh, well now it wants to work, huh?
Have a good time. Nice to have you back.
Memory, but I can't reset.
There were many heroes on that January raid to capture.
Looks like it.
Really great.
That sucks.
They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Logan, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter, the massive Chinook, carrying, as you can imagine, many.
I hope he talks about how stealth bombers are literally invisible,
Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy.
because he thinks that.
With holy water before he left, she knew it was going to be a rough one. Big Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of
All right.
soldiers and guarded by
You.
Russian and Chinese military.
Welcome to your new life as a
How did that work
Apple.
out? Not too
I'm upgrading them right now.
well prepared.
That's why I've been busy shooting all the stars.
Guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip. One bullet after
There.
another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, it's the most important part of flying a helicopter to deliver the many commandos.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The most important part about flying a helicopter is your legs.
Was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle,
I can see like the very top of the
stood right in front of him. They were right in front
yeah,
of him,
I think
too.
that's it.
Escaped the wrath of the previous planes.
I can see just the very top of the letters at the very bottom of the screen. But
His gunners
that's it.
eliminated the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash.
We need to work on this thing.
Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors
Need
aboard
something I can write on.
in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have happened. Maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. Without letting gas up. The success of the entire mission warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take serious pain. Unbelievable what happened to his leg.
Can I do this with...
Bullets and keep on flying
No.
and
Okay.
landing.
No. Hole. Hole, that was a mistake. Hole, go this way.
Everybody in the back of
I'm sorry, Hole. This is all my fault.
Chief Warrant Officer slowly still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he
All
is
right,
here
so-
tonight with his wife Amy.
I'm gonna make a
Eric,
little...
And Amy, come on in.
It's like a pool cue. That's a teapot. So tomorrow we'll do 2 more. So we get them all.
This is a bipartisan standing ovation. One of the service members has a walk.
So we have a
Bad idea.
surprise, Eric.
Okay, we made it.
In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call,
We're only 17. Well, I shouldn't judge that day too harsh because we didn't spend a lot of time actually
Johnson Braga to present
doing anything
Chief
with fruit.
Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
give. Oh, that's the other half of the teapot. Do they stay solved forever? Is that a B? And I guess that's a B. That's a pool cue. Okay. Let's do a fountain. Oh, what if I combine a fountain and a blitz? Ladies and gentlemen, think of it. See you, pal. No? I just thought, Hole, you might want to enjoy some tunes.
Applause lasting a very long time for Eric Slover. Congressional Medal of Honor.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. Met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War.
We didn't get rid of the name Fort Bragg.
Changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that
We've always had the fort.
incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon.
Oh, I gotta get them all in the same one? That sucks.
Thank you.
That's I. So it should be this one, that one. Oh, nope, sorry. I had the right one in mind, but I shot the wrong one.
Before we go, he is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfights of a lifetime. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war.
So, what are you guys thinking of the game so far? Is it
almost destroyed the others.
has it got you hooked? The intrigue, the action,
163 bullets to his
the
own plane.
character design?
Seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Okay. This one, that 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 one.
Royce Williams is standing for
Hooray!
a 100-year-old veteran of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
No, come back.
President's remarks.
God damn it. It's not right at all. Only 21%. Do I have to solve that every day? No. Yay, I did it! I don't know what I did, but I did it. I got an achievement that I can't read.
He's giving a thumbs up as this bipartisan standing ovation lasts a very long time.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the congressional.
Okay, I think when we finish the day today,
I wouldn't know why I'd be.
tomorrow we'll send the whole
Never open up that door. I will be there
over
with
there.
you. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor. That's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
We need to upgrade our sledgehammer pretty quick, I think.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago.
Okay.
100 years before that, on July 4th, 18.
Full movement, Barry Buddy, vacuum.
Independence.
Another
Thomas
2,500 for the sledgehammer. We can do it.
Just a single long
We can do it.
that separates the giants who declared
Go over there.
and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13
Kind of forgot about the flower. Ain't gonna lie.
to the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom. The strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered
Now, I keep forgetting, you can't pop gun if the vacuum's full.
from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel, and then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will, unyielding American pride.
Your American will and German engineering.
Ingenuity captivated the planet with American culture, and now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs.
Oh no, it's 150. Sorry,
Forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside.
150.
But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring,
Let's take that.
vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly what to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for
I don't want to do the fountain until... I don't want to do the blitz until the fountain is ready.
and these first 250
You know what I mean? I want to see what happens if we do them both at the same time.
towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. The golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be
He is stuck to the teleprompter tonight better than I thought he would.
glorious than ever before.
Yeah, it's not saying much.
God bless you, and God bless America.
He only messed his diaper a little bit.
From NPR News, I'm Tamara Keith. President Trump has completed his State of the Union address, the longest in history, clocking in at 1 hour and 48 minutes. The speech opened with a familiar refrain that Trump took over a country in crisis. He went on to list victories on everything from the economy to immigration and foreign policy. You can find an in-depth fact check of the whole speech at npr.org. We are waiting for Virginia Governor Spanberger to deliver the response from Democrats. And while we wait, I want to turn to my
Much do we
colleagues
need?
from the NPR Politics Podcast. Senior national
100, okay.
Eliason and senior political editor and correspondent Domenico Montanaro. Hello to you both.
Hey, great to be
there.
with you.
So, Domenico, let us start with the big message of the speech.
It's a pear, a berry?
The standout moment.
Well, I mean, I was more listening for what the midterm message would be, and if this would do anything at all to sort of give Republicans something to run on that's different than what we've been hearing all along. Instead,
That's a good point, Domenico.
which is people's top concern, they say that it's the most biggest motivating issue. They've been saying
Really nothing that he hasn't been saying for
is not the focus.
15 years at this point.
And instead, he decided to say that if there's one thing from a midterm standpoint, it's this. And his party's case on this, because people have been saying that they think the president's policies have been to blame. And again, he stood by his tariffs, criticizing the Supreme Court, saying it's unfortunate, more polite than what he said online about them, but sticking by his tariffs, continuing to say he has the authority to do it, even though that's something that people.
It's a $5,000 day.
Mara, what did you hear?
Ain't bad.
Well, I heard a couple things. I think the president took a big risk. When you tell voters that things are great and voters don't.
Wind at the beginning, resetting your money and upgrades retains your Berry Buddies bank star orbs and gain 25% berry growth speed.
When they're told something that they just don't believe is true. Now, will that be their reaction to this speech? We don't know. But there were two other things that stuck out at me. He said,
I'm sure we want to do that sooner rather than later.
Is not needed for the new tariffs he is planning to.
Let's do one more day where we can do both.
They don't want to vote on tariffs. They don't want to own this.
The fountain and the blitz, and then we'll
60% of Americans think that the tariffs
we'll reset.
are causing higher prices. So that really stuck out at me. The other thing was that he pretty much was on his best behavior. He read the script.
Yeah.
Didn't extend.
You're right, Mara.
He said that the tariff ruling was totally wrong and unfortunate, but that was as far as he went. There was very, very little talk from the president about mass deportations, which is also the way he's been carrying them out, very unpopular, and I think Republicans will be a sigh of relief on that one too.
Yeah, I would note that during the speech, he really focused, Domenico, on the part of his immigration agenda that is the popular part. That is going after convicted criminals, which isn't necessarily what's been happening with this mass deportation effort.
That's majority what's not happening. But he tried to rebrand unimmigration. He tried to reset this message of his that he's always focused on, which are these kind of gory anecdotes, talking about border security and deporting criminals. And it's sort of this warning to voters that if Democrats are back in office, they'll let the immigrants back in. And
Another
that's
$5,000 day.
message, and it's something that Trump believes that he was elected on in the first place. Remember, there have been more than a couple times in this first year.
Okay.
He's said that he doesn't think that the economy was the thing that got him elected, that it was immigration and crime, even though, the exit polls would tell you something different.
And it appears now that President Trump has left the chamber. We're waiting on some kind of response from Virginia's newly elected governor.
Fountain ready. Blitz ready.
Just pause for a minute on the atmospherics of this. President Trump is very much the television producer-in-chief.
Will that get us a level?
On display today with all of these surprises.
That's very close to a level.
Getting medals and just really the show of it all. I also noted that on multiple occasions, President Trump said, how can Democrats not stand in the Look at Democrats. They're the worst. He called them crazy. Is that...
Complaining, she brings up a good point here. Complaining that people aren't standing up. That didn't used to be a thing. Didn't used to be a thing. The State of the Union didn't even used to be like the big thing it is now.
Or live fact checking him in some respects on some of the things that he was saying, or misleading or exaggerated. And you can tell that there's just a high degree of frustration, clearly, with a lot of Democrats. A lot of Democrats boycotting because they didn't want to be there to be what they feel like is a prop in Trump's game here politically, to say, see, look at them, they're not standing, they're crazy. And he tried to make himself look
$26,000 day. 27.
Say that he should do more of, which is focus on some of these kind of culture war issues that had gotten him elected in many respects, to focus on the kind of immigration that he wants to focus
Pardon me.
to talk about trans rights.
Not a bad day.
That he can use culturally. He even said in a speech earlier this year that he would wait till the last week in an election. He thinks it's so powerful. And we've already seen ads start to come up about that. So I think that he's trying in his way to say, I'm normal, the Republicans are normal.
Remember when things were so small?
voters that if Democrats are put back in office, there will be all these liberal policies that wind up getting put back in that, may or may not be exaggerated. When the fact is, the overarching issue, again, I come back to, is the economy, prices. People are
I
concerned.
miss our upgrades already.
And
Oh, they were so
very
nice.
little to address that at all. In fact, the one area where we thought he was going to address that was on energy prices and AI, data centers being built that we thought before going into the speech that he was going to say that the companies like Meta and others would have to pay for the community's bills, and instead he said that they'll build their own energy plants and wind up paying for it themselves at some point.
Which is something he has been saying for months. Mara, did you hear much new from the president today? And maybe it doesn't matter whether he says something new or not, because most people do not consume his content as steadily as the NPR White House team.
But to wonder during
Okay.
gee, are Republicans
Vacuum.
or
Yes, please.
Democrats? I mean, he used Democrats as a foil at a time when
Auto pickup.
controls all
Berry
branches
Blitz.
of government.
Sledgehammer.
And it's hard
Orb generator. The wand.
shift responsibility for the current state of the economy onto the
Just
party
take
that
everything.
does not control either
That was handy.
One thing that did stick out for me was when he said the only way that Democrats can get elected is to cheat. I think he is repeating his pledge, and he's done this since he emerged on the political scene, to not accept the results of an election that his side doesn't control. And I think that he was putting everyone on notice on that point. The other thing that I found interesting is how he squared the statement that he had obliterated Iran's nuclear program, but might have to go to war again to stop Iran's nuclear program. So that's a hard one to square.
There's an X on the ground right over
Spent
there.
very little time telling the American people why it might be important to use military force against Iran. But overall, I have to say, there were no confrontational moments. He read from the script. Now the question is, will he convince voters that the economy is much better than they think it is?
Well, and I think that at this point he is taking ownership of the economy. He is saying that this is his economy. He is declaring victory on overcoming the obstacles that he says he had to deal with when he took office.
It's really hard to convince people when they feel like the economy is not going well because they pay at the grocery store, to then convince them that things are going well.
Okay.
Even if some of the underlying
It's all right.
factors of the economy
That-
are fairly strong.
We're just going to take random
It
shit.
was a problem that Joe Biden had in trying to be able to convince people.
We'll just take random shit.
actually strong. Don't
That's the
believe
way to do it.
your grocery bill. That was essentially, seemingly part of the argument. I thought it was interesting. Another piece here is that Trump has really consolidated power last year, and there were tangible asks from Congress.
And Abigail Spanberger, the governor of Virginia, is starting now.
This is the last thing I wanted to hear.
We are gathered here in the chambers of the House of Burgesses. In 1700, the people of the Virginia colony to take on the extraordinary task of governing
Not that we can hear
themselves.
much.
Before there was a Declaration of Independence, a Constitution, or a Bill of Rights, there was this room. The people who served here ultimately dreamed of what a new nation, unlike anything the
That's not
world
safe.
had ever seen, could be. The United States was founded on the idea that ordinary people could reject the unacceptable of the poor leadership, band together to demand better of their government, and create a nation that would be an example for the world.
Not much of a day that time. That's
We
okay.
celebrate 250 years since America declared our independence from tyranny. I can think of no better place to speak to you as we reflect on the current state of our union. Tonight, we watched our nation's lawmakers hold a joint session of Congress. We did not hear the truth from our president. So let's speak plainly and honestly. Let me ask you, the American people watching at home, is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? Is the president working to keep Americans safe both at home and abroad? Is the
Always
president
add
working for you?
first.
As I campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of Virginia, and I heard the same pressing.
Whatever that means.
Everywhere. Costs are too high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare. And I know these same conversations are being had all across this country. Because since this president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs. Small businesses have suffered far.
I feel like I say that at the end of every night. I don't mean to.
Markets. Everyday Americans are paying the price. And even though the Supreme Court struck these tariffs down 4 days ago, the damage to us, the American people, has already been done. Meanwhile, the president is planning for new tariffs, another massive tax hike on you and your family. And Republicans in Congress, they remain unwilling to assert their constitutional authority to stop him. They're making your life harder. They're making your life more expensive. They're even making it more difficult to see a doctor. Rural health clinics in Virginia and across the country are already closing their doors thanks to the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by the president and Republicans in Congress. And tonight the president...
I feel like, Eric, I feel like YouTube is like way slower. Because your comments are always like, they are things that happened, but they are things that happened like minutes ago. I don't understand it.
And it's not just me. Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America.
Okay.
Exceptional nation in the history of the world. Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night.
We just got to get the 5 million, right? Then we win the game. Should we just play all night? That's not a bad idea at all, is it?
So I'll ask again.
Oh, buttons on the radio. Good call.
Affordable for you.
Oh, don't go over there. We'll stay there.
We all know the answer is no. I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse, and my father was a career law enforcement officer. I began my career by following in my father's footsteps as a federal agent, working money laundering and narcotics cases. I work side by side with local and state police to keep our community safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it
hang
is
on
a
there.
unique responsibility.
I got stuff to do, radio.
Investigating crimes, comforting victims, and making arrests. It's about building trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people who desire to be Americans. And they have done it without a warrant. They have ripped nursing mothers away from their babies. They have sent children, a little boy in a blue bunny hat, children to far-off detention centers. And they have killed American citizens in our streets. And they have done it all with their faces masked from accountability. Every minute spent...
We won't go too much longer.
A minute not spent investigating murders, crimes against children, or the criminals.
That's a lot of stars.
Immigration system is something to be fixed, not an excuse for unaccountable agents to terrorize our communities. After working in law enforcement, I continued my career of service as a CIA officer, working undercover to protect the United States and our allies from global threats, terrorism, nuclear weapons, and the aggression of adversarial nations around the globe. But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight, he continues to cede economic power with Iran. Here's the truth. Over the last year, through Doge, mass firings, and the appointment of deeply unserious people to our nation's most serious positions, our president has endangered the long and storied history of the United States of America being a force for good. So I'll ask again, is the president working to keep Americans safe, both at home and abroad? We all know the answer is no.
This has been a very good response so far. Usually these are terrible.
The president did what he always does. He lied, he scapegoated, and he distracted. And he offered no real solutions to our nation's pressing challenges, so many of which he is actively divide us. He tries to enrage us, to pit us against one another, neighbor against neighbor. And sometimes he succeeds. And so you have to ask, who benefits from his rhetoric, his policies, his
Who's ready for an upgrade? You?
laws he's pushed through this
How about
somebody
you?
must be benefiting.
Nope, didn't think
He's
so.
enriching himself, his family, his friends. The scale of the corruption is unprecedented. There's the cover-up of the Epstein files, the crypto scams, cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms, putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital. This is not what
Very
our
good.
founders envisioned
She's very good.
by a long shot.
Spanberger, the new governor of Virginia. First female governor of Virginia in state history.
Is the president working for you? We all know the answer is no. But here's the special thing about America. On our 250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible when ordinary citizens, like those who once dreamed right here, this room,
So much money.
reject
It's just
the
piled up. Just taking up space in the yard at this point.
government. We see it in the determination of students organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose
And
voices
God
become
bless
so
them, too.
powerful, the governor of Texas seeks to silence them. We see it in the bravery of Americans
do the sledgehammer.
in Minnesota, standing
'Cause
up
we-
for their communities.
I think we did it the last time and then I just forgot and didn't break the walls. So let's take the sledgehammer and break some walls today.
So that the parents are not ripped away from them.
I thought
As a
the
mother
table
of
was
three
angry.
school-aged daughters, I am inspired by their bravery, but I am certain that it is necessary. And Americans across the country
It's
are
like a Katamari stage.
they are going to the ballot box to reject this chaos. With their votes, they are writing a new, a more hopeful story. In November, I won my election by 15 points.
42414, huh? I have a
We
thought
won
about that.
13 new seats in our state legislature. Because voters decided they wanted something different. Our campaign got votes from Democrats, Republicans, independents, and everyone in between. Because they knew as citizens they could demand more, that they could vote for what they believe matters, and that they didn't need to be constrained by a party or
Or
political affiliation. This is happening
2,
across the country. New Jersey
4,
elected Mikey Sherrill as
1,
governor in a
4.
double-digit victory. Democrats flip state legislative seats in places like Georgia,
No?
Iowa, Mississippi, and Texas. The list goes on and on. Ordinary Americans are stepping up to run in the spirit.
Well, it wasn't total digit.
They are running to
It wasn't button
demand more
pushes,
and to
unless I
do more
screwed up
for
and
their
did it wrong.
neighbors.
It's wholly possible I did.
I know the story well. I first ran for office in 2018 alongside dozens of other Democrats who did the seemingly impossible.
That's the wrong thing.
41 seats. In my case, I was the first Democrat elected in 50 years, swinging our district 17. Those who are stepping up now to run will win in November because Americans at home know we need more, and that we are working to cut our costs. We are working to keep our communities and our country safe. And
Sometimes the physics on the sledgehammer is a little questionable.
ambitious and unprincipled rising to power. But he also encouraged us, all Americans, to unite in a common cause to move the nation forward. That is our charge once more, and that is what we're seeing across the country. It's deeply American and patriotic to do so. It is how we ensure that the state of the Union remains strong, not just this year, but for the next 250 years.
Takes a whole day to do that.
People have the power to make change, the power to stand up for what is right, the power to demand more of
Does he
our
turn
nation.
around? Looks like he's got a back. He does.
May God bless the Commonwealth of
Interesting.
Virginia, and may God bless the United States of America.
This is live special coverage
Well, that
from
timed out pretty well, ladies and gentlemen.
We just heard from
We'll
Virginia
save our
Governor
game.
Abigail Spanberger, who gave the Democratic response to President Trump's speech. We're going to talk about all of it. The White House went into tonight to elevate the stories of American heroes and offer an agenda for the future. Over a record-breaking 1 hour and 48 minutes, he presented a vision of the country that was in need of saving, from the economy to immigration and culture wars.
But tonight,
Ah!
after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have
Whoa.
achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed
Well,
a turnaround for
That is the end of that.
I'm joined now by my colleagues here at
So
NPR,
let's
senior national political correspondent.
get rid of that. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope it made the thing slightly less terrible, slightly more bearable. This is interesting. This is very interesting. It's not very expensive. It was under $10. It's over on Steam, obviously, if you are interested in it at all. Put that away. Oh, where'd that go? Okay, I guess. Is this game relevant to you? You've played 0 hours. I don't think that's true. $7.99 right now, and you can get it with the Horrorpillant game in a bundle for about the same. $7.19 because I already have Berry also comes with Face Miner and Mactala Slime Loot Fest bundles. So there you go. Don't know much about the others. Didn't know a whole lot about this one. How did we do on achievements? We got 40% of them. It's not good. It's not good. That's not bad. What do we get? Rewind for the first time, bank $100,000, make friends with a pear, collect a black star, make friends with an apple, consume 100 props. Consume 10 gnomes. Oh, the whole. Bank 10,000 total, make friends with a plum, grow 1,000 berries, make friends with a kiwi, find your first cassette. 5 coins by hand after purchasing the auto coin pickup upgrade. It knew you were going to mash that button. $1,000, consume a gnome, 10 props, break a wall, make friends with the strawberry, $100, raspberry, consume a prop, 10 days, grow 100 berries, make friends with a blueberry, complete your first day. There's an achievement for $1 million, completing 100 days, 100 gnomes, hacking the PC, consuming all the gnomes, maximum hole size, drop $1 million in the money pit. Bank $100 million, all the props, all the cassettes, earn $9 on the first day. Grow 66,666 berries, have 7 pumpkins, all the upgrades, unlock all the endings, upgrades, cassette, max hole size, and clear the map. Bank $1 billion. Open the star door and complete any ending in under an hour. 17 hidden achievements. Well, that's it for Berry. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for joining me. We'll play this again sometime.